Now we're going to look at 3 new notebook computers, and we'll start with the Apple PowerBook 540c, and this is Charlie Tritschler of Apple who's going to show it to us. This is top-of-the-line PowerBook from Apple, and give us some of the basic features on it, Charlie.
I'm taking a look at the whole machine. It's got some revolutionary technology built in. I thought today what we could do is really focus on one piece of that, which is the trackpad, which is then the unique pointing device that we introduced back in May of last year.
Okay, so right, you've got the trackpad here, no little ball, no little pointers, it's just flat. Now tell us what the technology is under here.
It's called capacitance coupling, and you've seen the concept before when you walk up to an elevator and go to push the button and the light just comes on. It's the same idea. As my finger comes close to the pad, it automatically senses my finger approaching.
So I can just go in here and touch it, and I'm just pointing with my finger, which theoretically is the most natural thing to do.
Exactly, because it's a very natural interface. The same square rectangle you see there is what you see on the screen.
Okay, but what's wrong with a trackball? Why is this better than a trackball?
Well, Apple actually pioneered the use of the trackball back in the original PowerBooks back in 1991. And if you take a look at a trackball, it's a very intuitive interface, but because there's some mechanical parts inside of it, the rolling, the balls on the inside, just the grease from your finger and the dust.
After a while it starts slipping.
Exactly, it starts to plug it up.
And it's big.
It is large, so if you take a look at the size, it's pretty big, and we know that computer users always want the smallest notebook possible. So we created the technology called the trackpad, and here you can see it. And if we take a look at it on a side, you can see it's extremely thin. Because it's thin, it takes up much less space inside the computer. Allows us to do things like move 2 batteries into the product to give you much longer battery life. It weighs less, it costs less, there's no moving parts. Since there's no moving parts, that reliability problem goes away.
The other nice feature I want you to show me is you can in fact do wireless messaging here with your PCMCIA slot, can't you?
Exactly. With PCMCIA, we've created the Apple Mobile Message System, which allows you to take a pager card from Socket Corporation. And this is really the centerpiece of the technology, the hardware.
So that's a pager on its own. I could be carrying that inside my jacket pocket.
Exactly.
Right
you see the screen up top.
And it
the
says I have, in
navigate.
fact, a new message. And then I could stick it inside my PowerBook?
Why don't you do that?
Okay, so I get my message. I stick it inside the slot here, like that. Okay, there we go. And shove it all in.
When you drop it in, the way the computer integrates it, it takes a look at the card. So the computer is always checking to see what's on the card and what's available. Once it sees the card, it takes the information off the card and then pulls it into the computer to display it to you. And it's not just paging. For instance, if I'd sent you an appointment, maybe to meet somebody at a certain time at a certain place, it can see that it's an appointment, bring that data in, and then display it up on the screen, automatically launching your calendar, automatically creating that file.
Okay, so sticking the card in there does stuff on its own, and it will go into my calendar and actually put in the information.
Exactly.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much.